This is EOE, stands for Equal Opportunity Employment, from New Orleans, Louisiana. Guitar is my primary instrument, and like these guys, I went to University of New Orleans, and we all got our, training there, as well as some other places. Primarily in jazz, and sort of got into world music after that, and I've always liked reggae and stuff like that, and that's how I developed into wanting to do a project like this. As far as guitar players, I love the whole history of, the jazz guitar players. I'd say Pat Metheny is probably one of my biggest influences, not even as much in his playing as much as his just approach to music and sort of always doing something different.
I'm originally from Venezuela, South America, and I grew up there until I was 17, and then came to the States and went to school. Didn't actually meet these guys. They were kind of dorks in school. They're like,
We didn't hang out with them.
They used to get wedgies and stuff, so we met after that, sort of like in the, realm of, musicianship and people playing. What I really like about this project is that everybody brings their own, concentration of style. And, everybody's very well, proficient on every style as professional musicians. But I come from a very strong Latin background. I play with a lot of Latin bands in New Orleans. So I tend to bring more of that traditional Latin aspect to this music. Billy brings a lot of the jazz tonality to the music. And
I bring the awesomeness. Before I was in the band, they were a band and they were good, but they weren't awesome. And now that I'm in the band, I bring, because I have a lot of experience with awesomeness. Gabrielle can attest that basically any situation I'm in, I bring the awesomeness. I started playing guitar because I wanted to be Jimmy Page. I'm not Jimmy Page. I was really into rock and Led Zeppelin, and I studied classical guitar in high school, and then in college started kind of playing in some bands, and then went to UNO, and I met these guys.
17 years and she come again, laugh again, kill again.
But many moons later, some friends of mine asked me to play bass in a country band, which was great, and so I started picking up some bass gigs.
So just stay back, we bringing the sound from way back, the day back when we decided that we was going to kick it, like we coming up in this rhythm, like we coming up in this groove, laying it down a sound to make you move, and then we bring it again, we coming up in this rhythm, like we coming up in this groove, laying it down a sound we call a killer.
It's a challenging lifestyle, being a musician, you got to keep your foot like in a lot of doors and keep plugging away at a lot of things that just slowly move forward. And you know, you just slog away and keep doing it.
Stay back, we bringing that sound from way back the day back when we decided that we was going to kick it like we coming up in this rhythm, like we coming up in this groove, laying it down the sound to make you move, and then we bring it again. We coming up in this rhythm like we coming up in this groove, laying it down the sound we call them.
Well, Colorado's got great music fans. That's really the big thing about it. In New Orleans, people appreciate music and they know good music, but there's so much of it that it's not like you have to go see it when it comes in town. You can go any night of the week and catch a good band, great musicians, you know, stuff like that. Out here, people really appreciate it, travel far to see it, you know, spend a lot of their money on it and stuff like that. And that's something that a lot of musicians just are unaware of, that actually happens other places.
We'd like to send this part out to Kawan right here. This is usually his part. I'm going to take a solo instead.
We have an MC who got shot recently. He's getting better. But, so he couldn't make the tour, unfortunately. But he's, you know, true hip-hop, New Orleans style.
Kawan didn't actually get shot. Kawan's our MC. We like to say that because he's from the Ninth Ward, and we're not very politically correct. He has glaucoma and had to go in for emergency eye surgery, actually, the day of the fly-in for the tour. So we're doing it as a trio this time. We miss him. He's quite a personality. It's EOE, Equal Opportunity Employment. When Kawan is here, it's a black guy, Latin guy, a white guy, and a Jewish guy, which isn't a race, I realize. But in
the band, it
that's
is.
for you, Mom.
Yeah, that's for his mom. It really is. But, you know, so we support really freedom and acceptance in all areas, and that's the thing, you know, not all of us necessarily believe the same thing spiritually. We don't all necessarily believe the same things musically, but somehow we make it work being from totally different backgrounds and so on and so forth, and that's what we try to project out into the world, you know.
All right, thank you very much. We're EOE. That's David Hyman on the bass. We got Gabriel Velasco on the drums. I'm Billy Franklin. Thanks for having us. And Kawan is in spirit right here.